everyone. Welcome to Thursdays with Brooke on She's the CEO. My name is Brooke Miller from Soapbox Therapy. And this week we're talking about what we studied in school and how it affected or didn't affect our career paths and our businesses today. So I went to University of Illinois for my freshman and sophomore year. And for the better part of that, I studied dance. I was a dancer all growing up, and that's what made the most sense to me. And I loved it, and I love being creative. And then I got to a point where I really missed some other parts of myself. The really analytical part of myself. It definitely was touched upon, especially in the dance program there and in modern dance, but I really was missing some more academia, and so I transferred to University of Southern California, where I ended up graduating with a BA in communication. And nothing makes more sense to me than that because I am a professional communicator, whether it be through writing or speaking with people in person or to people or in any kind of way, therapeutically or otherwise, consulting. And so communication is really kind of what makes me tick. But I have to say, when I picked up and just left the Chicago area and went to California and transferred and just kind of started studying communication and left everything I knew behind, I had no idea that it would end up making sense. Zero clue. I actually didn't really know much at that time of my life. I think I talked about a few videos back, a few weeks ago, that I was going through a hard time and I needed a change and I needed to kind of shift gears and revamp. And so I picked up and went to California. And I mean, the message that I want to get across to you guys is when you make certain decisions in your life at the time, it may not make sense. And you just have to trust your gut. Because for me, being where I am now, still, 10, 11 years, 12, I don't even know, years later, still in California and really loving my life here, and having a business based on communication, based on what I studied at USC. It really all makes so much sense. And I look at my resume now sometimes and I think, that decision didn't make sense, or that job wasn't really right for me. But I learned something everywhere I went, and I took it with me, and I use it now. So I didn't specifically study psychology until graduate school. I have my master's in psychology, but I didn't specifically study business in undergrad. And so it's really important just to remember that you do what you do and you make sense of it later. I mean, not in every decision in life, but as far as school goes, I think when, when you're 18 years old and you're trying to figure out what you want to study or what you want to be when you grow up, I mean, that's quite a question for an 18-year-old. So, I do the same thing in my business now. I make decisions, and in my gut they're right, and maybe they don't make direct sense at the time and I'm not quite sure where they're going to lead me, but it all ends up working out because I trust myself, and I trust that things make sense. So yeah, that's my story. Dance major, communication major, psychology, and I love it all, and it all makes sense now, and it didn't at the time, and that's just how it went. So, thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.